you've heard of the Game Boy, maybe even the PSP, but what if I told you there's a modern handheld in 2025 that fits in your pocket, folds like a classic Game Boy Advance SP, and plays everything from NES to some PS1? This is the Anbernic RG35XXSP, a retro handheld that might just be your gateway drug into the world of platform-agnostic gaming. Today, we're going to break it down, from the unboxing experience to whether or not this little guy deserves a spot in your backpack. And of course, we'll give you a totally scientific score, 0 out of 69 per category, with an average at the end. Stick around to the end for the final verdict with pros and cons and whether this is the right handheld for you. Let's dive in right after this. Hey fam, Swati Tukong Pinik here, and I'm guessing you're thinking, what the newly is going on here? This isn't the same screen that was on the original unboxing, and that's because I had installed Newly, which is another OS that you can easily install on this device, as well as OSs like MooOS that allow you to customize your device in unique and exciting ways. So with that said, let's get into our review, starting with, as always, the unboxing experience. The device comes with, of course, the box, the device itself, a manual, a short USB-C to USB-A cable, and it even comes with a tempered glass screen protector. Now, for this type of device, it may not always be 100% necessary, but hey, I'm not going to complain whenever they throw in something extra that a lot more expensive devices cost. The box materials are decent, but not premium. Definitely a step above the average, but again, nothing mind-blowing as far as the box is concerned. With that in mind, I'll have to give the unboxing score a score of 49 out of 69. Moving on to the internals of the device, the specs are solid, but they're not extraordinary. They're a few years old. With that said, it handles retro consoles just fine, like a Game Boy, a Super Nintendo, some PS1, and the like. But it's not a modern powerhouse by any means, but it gets the job done for true retro games. With that in the mind, I'll have to give a right down the middle score, 35 out of 69 for the internals. If we take a look at the first impressions, that's where things can get a bit more interesting. It feels like a well-made 90s toy, but in a good way. I'm not saying it feels like some type of luxurious device by any means, but what I'm trying to say is that if you grab it, it immediately rushes you to a 90s, early 2000s kind of toy and gives you nostalgia, even if you never played the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. It's built sturdy, and it gives strong vibes of nostalgia as soon as it's in your hand. The buttons are loud, but satisfactorily tactile. They're not mushy, at least. So with that said, the first impressions were solid for me, and I give it a 55 out of 69. When we take a look at ease of use, when you power it on, you're playing in under a minute, even if you're new to this type of console. So it's hard to dock it for ease of use. It also supports things like videos that you download onto the device, music like MP3s, and you can even read ebooks on the device if you want, native out of the box. It's user-friendly, even if you're not tech savvy, so I have to give it an ease of use score, 64 out of 69. That said, customizability is really going to probably shock you. There's a huge modding community available on Etsy as far as buttons go, grips go, shells, and even stickers to really make it look like a classic device if you want. There's support for custom OSs like Newly and MooOS, as I mentioned, which really allows you to make it look and feel like it's your own device rather than just what came in the box. And there's Wi-Fi support, not just 2.4 gigahertz band, but also the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi band for fast box scraping and retro achievements. If you're curious what retro achievements are, they're basically like PlayStation trophies, but built into classic games now. So it's near top tier in this category for all devices, just because there's such a strong modding community and you can have multiple OSs to make it look different and feel different. So I have to give the customizability score a solid 66 out of 69. Now, as we jump down to controls, again, they are tactile and they're not mushy, which is good, but they are very clicky. Not ideal if you're trying to have a stealthy gaming session in a library or with someone sleeping next to you, but it is what it is. So I have to give it a solid middle of the road because the buttons do have satisfying end travel. 35 out of 69 score. Now, value is an amazing thing for this because it is such a relatively cheap device, under $100 US, even if you get the largest memory card that Anbernic offers for it. Again, it's great price to performance ratio. The tempered glass screen protector that comes with it is awesome. Plus, the device folds into a clamshell design, which acts as a case itself, so you don't even need an extra case if you don't want one. With the dual band Wi-Fi is rare at this price point, and there's very few competitors in this segment for now, at least. So I have to give it a value score of 60 out of 69. So if we put it all together, first let's look at what that brings the average score to 51 out of 69, which is still an above average device that is a great value for your money if you're looking to get a device. If we want to look at the pros and the cons of the device, first pro would be highly customizable. Because of the OS mods that you can get for it, the accessories, the skins, the grips, you can really make it feel and look like your own device, even if you want it to look like a classic Super Nintendo, for example. And because it has dual band Wi-Fi support, it'll give you faster downloads and smoother scraping for all things you need on the internet with the device. Again, it's a great value, under $100 US, so it's highly affordable, yet it's packed with thoughtful extras out of the box. And it is truly a beginner-friendly device. So easy that I'm confident that almost anyone could power it on and be playing a game in under a minute, which is hard to say about many other handhelds that I've reviewed thus far on the channel. Cons as far as that goes, clicky buttons, of course, they're loud enough to annoy roommates or somebody in the library with you. Again, so-so packaging would be the second one, of course. Gets the job done, but, you know, it's not the best in the world, of course. Average performance, again, it's not something that's going to rock your world and play PlayStation 2 games or every PS1 game. But again, there's no joysticks, so you probably don't want to play every PlayStation 1 game because some really relied on the sticks. And it's truly got, you know, probably limited appeal, I would say, to high-end tinkerers because, again, you can't add RAM to it. You can't change the hard drive on it. You can add an extra SD card on it, but I don't know. There just could be more. But again, at this price point, I know I'm nitpicking. That said, who is this device for and who is it not for? I'd say, one, who's it for? First and foremost, I'd say people that are new to retro games. Why? Because you're looking to explore classics across platforms without the hassle, and you don't need the top-of-the-line device for your first device, generally speaking. And two, I'd say it's for on-the-go gamers. Because it folds in a clamshell device, it basically acts as a case on its own, which is really awesome, makes it highly portable. The USB-C charging port makes it easy for modern phone people to be able to use their cables to charge. Just remember, it is a slow charger. You can't use a modern fast charger to charge your device. It just won't accept it. Now, who is it not for? Again, performance chasers would be number one. If you're aiming to emulate all of the biggest devices, I'd say look elsewhere. Because again, no sticks and the limited CPU performance, it just wouldn't be for you if you're looking as a performance chaser. And people that need to play in a quiet area like a library or in a bed with somebody sleeping next to them, the loud buttons could be a deal breaker because, again, it could wake up the person next to you or get people in the library complaining about you. That said, I'd love to hear what you think about this device and the gameplay footage that I've been playing alongside this review down in the comment section down below. Until next time, this has been P-Nick.